Hi everyone, Sharon here, and welcome to Unmasking the Spin. First of all, I know I did one podcast a couple of weeks ago, and I've been off for a while because we've had a bunch of Jewish holidays, so there was a lot of time off. Um, it was like always during the week, like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then into the weekend, so it was a little bit difficult, especially while I'm learning all the logistics with these recordings and stuff. Hopefully next week I'm going to start doing lives, and I'm hoping that you'll join me. Anyway, we have a lot to discuss. Uh, there's a topic that I think is very important. That I wanted to address. And that is the very important election in New York in a couple of weeks. We're going to talk about Zohran Mamdani, who I happen to think is very dangerous for New York. If he gets elected, I don't see New York recovering from it. Like New York is gone if he wins. Aside from him being a socialist, I personally think he's a communist. He just hasn't admitted it yet. But aside from that, he's also a jihadist sympathizer. He hates the Jews and he hates Israel. And for Brooklyn and just New York in general has, I think, the highest population in the United States as far as Jews. It's going to be very dangerous for many reasons. Aside from, him being a Hamas sympathizer, I mean, until today, he hasn't denounced Hamas for what they did on October 7th. But he, it's going to be trouble. It really is. He wants to defund the police, which is crazy in itself. But anyway, we'll get into that. Now, let's start by taking a little bit of a dive into his past, growing up. Now, what I find funny about Zohran Mamdani is he tries to, I guess, find himself relatable to the average New Yorker when he is very far from it. And why is that? Okay, so he was born in Uganda to a mother who is a successful filmmaker and a father who is a prominent academic. He grew up in a world of privilege. And most New Yorkers could only dream of growing up in the kind of privilege that he grew up. Now, part of his childhood, he was spent in South Africa. And when he turned 7, him and his family moved to New York. When he moved to New York, his father was hired by Columbia University as a pre-professor. And Zohran Mamdani attended an elite elementary school where tuition cost $66,000 per year. He graduated from Bronx High School of Science, which is one of New York City's top public schools. He then went to Bowdoin College in Maine. And of course, that's, the typical elite liberal college. And the cost of tuition there per year is like, I mean, you could buy an island a small little island with the amount of money it costs. So trying to, relate to New Yorkers, you can't. Okay, it's all BS. When he was in college, he majored in African struggle. I guess that's the struggle he's talking about that he went through. Did he manifest it? Is that what he means by struggle? Because he majored in it, so that means he struggled? I don't think so. Yeah. So after he graduated college, he took his his knowledge of his African struggle, and I guess he dabbled into a couple of things. He went into community organizing. He tried to be a rapper. I mean, I saw some clips online. I mean, you could just tell the lyrics he was able to compose, just loving on terrorism and hatred for Jews. Really just, couldn't wait to hear more. Now, the crazy thing about it is that if you look at Barack Obama's past, they had a very similar path, actually. So Obama took a very similar path before he began to fundamentally destroy America. Now, there was another, what was his name? God, I can't stand him. Oh, Beto O'Rourke. He even had an even more similar path. They were both failed musicians. They both had no crappy resume. Like nobody would hire with their credentials, like literally abysmal. No achievements. And they just pop out of nowhere. And the Democrats, treat them as, oh, their Lord and Savior. Like, it's just so weird how that constantly happens. Like, you never hear of them, and then all of a sudden, it's like they're God. So that's Mamdani. Like, that's how he shows up. Now, after he dabbled into whatever he tried and failed, he basically started working as an assemblyman. And he was really shitty at that also because he missed 50% of votes. Like, that's insane. Like, do your job. I don't understand. Like, do your job. But, privilege, right? You're not a hard worker. You get everything you want your whole entire life. Work is like, And of course, who was he backed by? The Democratic Socialists of America. Now, this is where my issues really come in. Now, I don't see a difference really between socialism and communism, because socialism is just it's a dress rehearsal of what's coming. It's going to eventually, if you're going to, run as a socialist, you get elected, you implement policies as a socialist, eventually it's going to turn into communism. That's just how it is. And like I said, I believe that Zohran Mamdani is actually a communist. He just hasn't outright said it yet. And there was a Democratic operative that came out and said that, Mamdani is charming, but he doesn't know how to build anything. And I don't mean build like building a building, just like he doesn't know how to build anything that he wants to, start. Like, he just doesn't know how to get there. And even when he was an assemblyman, he never answered his phone. He never spoke to people. Like, he was not good. He was not good. Terrible. And now he wants to be the governor of New York. Lord help us all. So now this man, what is his goal? What is he trying to do? Why does he want to run for governor of New York? Well, basically, what he wants to do is eradicate capitalism. He doesn't like rich people, even though he's rich. So he doesn't want anybody else to make money, right? Only he's allowed to have that money. So he grew up in wealth, but doesn't want anybody else to be wealthy. He doesn't believe in billionaires or millionaires, doesn't like them. Now, how does he plan to do that? How does he plan to do that? If he doesn't like billionaires, how does he plan to get rid of billionaires, I guess, or get rid of capitalism? Well, he plans to tax the wealthy more. And from that, take that money, right? Take that money and distribute it to the poor, which I don't believe will happen. He's basically wants to steal. What he's saying is, in other words, he wants to steal from the rich and give it to his people, his elites, his pocket. Because I guarantee you, you're not going to see cleaner streets, and you're not going to see safer streets, and you're not going to see anything of that. No, nothing. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And I don't need to tell you that. Just look and search history. When the hell has socialism or communism ever worked? Has it worked in Cuba? Has it worked in Venezuela? Has it worked in China? Where are people not oppressed? Where are people not poor? Where has it worked? It doesn't. It doesn't work at all. He wants to open government, public supermarkets. Do you know what that means, right? Public supermarkets, yeah, okay, we know it's owned by the government, food is free, but you think you're going to walk into a public supermarket and see like a ShopRite where you have like 20 different companies, 20 varieties, of like rice, or you're going to have like Goya and Uncle Ben's, you're going to have maybe one, you're not going to have a choice. This is whatever there is in there is what you get, and that is it. I mean, just go online and watch videos of what a public supermarket looks like anywhere in the world where there's communism. You'll be shocked. Do you people do your research? Like, I don't understand. How is it that the polls were so high for him? How is it that he's projected to win? How are you planning to elect the most unqualified, incompetent liar? He's a liar. How? Do you guys research to what his policies are? You ever heard of the term, nothing is free in life? Okay, so when he tells you free buses and free and rent freezes, and you believe that stuff? Like, are you that naive? I'm not sure if to use naive, not smart. I don't want to say dumb because that's just like mean, but I don't know. Like, you believe that you're gonna get all this stuff? There's always a catch. The reason why they want to do this is because they want to own you. That's what. The government wants to have full control of everything. Of everything. You will have no rights. You will have no freedoms. Because once they have control of that, that's when they start getting into other things. Speech, Second Amendment, all that. Wake up. People, wake up. Like, I'm so shocked at New Yorkers. I'm shocked and disappointed. Is this what New York has become? New Yorkers, actually? Where's that toughness? Where is that? What? It's just shocking to me. I was just saying, like, I was talking to my parents over the holiday that we had, and I was saying, I'm like, I hope when like Politico is saying, that he's projected to win, it's like the same thing that happened with Kamala, that they lie to us, like, oh yeah, Kamala is up in the polls just so we don't go and vote. I hope that's the case. And I hope that New Yorkers are going to, show up in troves to vote for Cuomo. I mean, he's the best choice, right? Comparatively, I'd rather it not be a Democrat, but at least he's not one of those psycho far left Democrats. So I'm all right with that. He's Italian and they're very family oriented. Like there's good in there. So I 100% would rather him, than, Mamdani. I mean, oh, please, that's not even a close call. But anyway, so now Mamdani plans to tax the rich, right? Now, you think the rich are just going to be like, oh, sure, we'll just pay more taxes. No, they're going to be like, peace, we're out. They have the means to move to another state. They have it. They're not going to stay. They're going to leave. There's going to be if he wins, there is going to be a huge exodus of people, and not just the rich. It's also going to be an exodus of Jews, because we're not going to feel safe if he wins. This guy is going to let Muslims, do whatever the hell they want around here. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. As a mom, I want my kids to feel safe. I want my kids to have a good future. And I think every one of you should be worried about these things. He wants to defund the police and instead have what's it called? What do you call them? Psychiatrists, or I don't know what, like those that to have them instead to deal with violent people is like, it's almost like they're making fun of us. That's what they're doing. Like, they know that, like, they will walk around with, armed guards and higher security, but they should defund the police for us. Is that what it is? It's like they're literally making fun of us, and you guys are just, you're falling for it. You're falling for it. You really are. Just because somebody offers you something free doesn't mean it's a good thing. You really need to ask questions. What do you believe in? Okay, you're going to become mayor. What is it that you believe in? What are you going to do with cops? What are you going to do with housing? It's like in Manhattan, as it is, the laws that they have, for the codes are insane for building houses. And or I mean, there's so many apartment complexes in the city that are empty because landlords are unable to raise the rents, because these are rent-controlled apartments, apartment buildings. They're not allowed to raise the rents. Therefore, they can't pay for repairs and whatever it is they need. So they're just sitting there vacant. You can't build anything. Everything is so tough to build. It's just the what they put you through. Everything is like a challenge. There's always roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. You can't do anything. And it's just getting worse. And now if all these wealthy people are going to leave, right? Because at the end of the day, where's Mamdani going to get the money to provide free bus, free childcare, free supermarkets? Where is he getting that from? That's supposed to be coming from this tax, right? Now, if they leave New York, who's paying that tax now? It goes to the middle class. So now the middle class are going to have to take the burden of paying higher taxes that the rich were going to pay. And then it just gets shit from there. You understand? If he gets elected, New York is going to crumble before our eyes so quickly, it is scary to even think about. Are you going to let that happen? Are you? Are you really going to let that happen? For you, for your children, for whoever it is. You cannot vote this guy in. I am begging you to just do your research. Do your research and look at both sides, okay? Don't just go online and search your, if you're on the left, CNN, because they're gonna write, they're gonna put out there what they want you to hear. Look at both sides. Look at more than one source. Be smart about it. Don't just take whatever your side tells you as gospel. That's not what you're supposed to do. But go on the government website, read what his policies are. There was this kid that was going around. I got to get his name. I'll show his, maybe next time I'll show a clip from him. But he's basically going around with Mamdani's policies, but not, he didn't say it's Mamdani. He's like, would you vote for this guy? And 90% of these people said no. They had no clue that, he's going to defund the police over here, or he's going to start taxing white neighborhoods more than, black neighborhoods. What? He's just a scumbag. He has no experience. I believe that he was hired by, or pushed, or whatever it is, with this whole agenda, this Marxist agenda that's going around the world, that's happening everywhere. And I think that he was another one of those that was pushed in to destroy America. Really. Because just look around. Look around in every country. Look at what's going on. You know what? Hold on a sec. I got to show you guys a clip. Hold on a sec. Want to see what New York looks like? Let me show you what New York. This is pretty damn scary. Hold up. New York City. I am not saying that, all these people are bad or whatever. But where is assimilate me? Where is that? Where's assimilation? Where is that? Where is it? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? This is scary. Okay? Because after 4 years of President Biden, how many of those were let in across the border that weren't vetted? And I say that about the Chinese, about everybody. But this is downright scary. Okay? So you want to elect Mr. Mamdani, who sympathizes, who's Muslim himself, right? Who's Muslim himself. You want him to be the mayor of New York. Right. Listen, I will say this, and I'll end it for today. If you guys do vote him in, then you deserve whatever's coming. You really do, because at some point, you make your bed and you have to sleep in it. You'll learn. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a choice that you guys are gonna regret big time. Big time. Look at the UK. I mean, it's finished. It's done. I don't know how the heck they are getting out of that situation. I have no idea. I really don't. I Now I just wanted to end off by saying that I wanted to do a separate podcast for it, and I will, because I just felt I wanted to give it a little bit of time. But as you know, as I'm sure you guys all know, the hostages came home. The 20 hostages came home, and I was just beside myself, so happy just seeing those mothers. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I'll show clips next time also. I'm going to do something really, really special for that. Um, the pain in their and agony, just the way they, you could just hear how they missed them for 2 whole years, and to just see their kids again, it was breathtaking, breathtaking. And I was so happy just to see that. I was really just so happy for these families. Um, but it was bittersweet also, for the ones that didn't come home. Um, but I'm going to be honest, because I just have to say this, but this war is not over. It's not over. I don't trust Hamas for anything in the world. I think they're liars. And already they're lying anyway, because they said they have 28 bodies. I think they only got 5, one of which wasn't even uh, a Jew or Israeli. Um, they play way too many games. They have no plans in stopping. Some of those, they had to exchange 2,500 prisoners. Um, I was watching some of those prisoners that were released. And they were just rejoicing on their upcoming future attacks, that they said that they have every intention in doing. Can't wait to do it again. Some guy even gave his son as a offering. They're never going to stop. It's their ideology. And whoever sympathizes with them is just as evil as them. And when they reunited with their people, I didn't see anybody denouncing them. You saw their wives and women and children and, the average citizen running and hugging and kissing them and loving them. You know why? Because I would say that 90% of them agree. Very, very tiny percentage. Small, 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 small. So, and that's just the truth, and it's my opinion. I don't care what anybody thinks. I just don't, because it's the truth. And every Israeli thinks that deep down, because it's true. Because it's true. We don't go around killing anyone. We don't go blowing up anyone. Killing for no reason, obviously, except when it's to defend ourselves. But for them, it's their ideology. It's in their Quran. This is how they train their kids. This is how they teach their kids from the second they're out of that womb. They hate us. They're always gonna hate us. And whoever sympathizes with them, God will deal with you one day. God will deal with you one day. Because God will always be on the side of Israel. God will never be on the side of Hamas, ever, on the side of death. And those who defend and those who demonize Israel, those who demonize the Jews and blame the Jews for everything, their day is coming. In a different way, though. In a different way. Like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. They're the ones that started all this. They are the provocateurs of getting people to blame us for everything, hate on us for everything. And I'm already starting to watch how Candace is crumbling, and it's fun. It's fun to watch because she deserves everything she's going to get. She'll be irrelevant soon. So will Tucker, another evil one. They're just evil people captured by evil demons. They really are, especially after Candace started spewing that BS that Charlie Kirk came to her in a dream. What? If I understand, Christians don't buy that bullshit. Like, once you're dead, you're dead. If anybody comes talking to you in a dream, that's like a demon coming to you. So when she said that, I was like, huh, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense, because that's what she is. Anybody that spews hatred towards a people for just nothing, like for no reason, make up stuff. Anybody. It's like, even if somebody does something wrong, like if your child does something wrong, you don't speak to them with venom and hatred. You speak to them with like compassion, kindness. She is just a evil bitch. A jealous one also. Woo! Oh, so jealous. It's crazy. And this whole thing, my theory, it's my opinion, okay? This whole theory with her and the Charlie Kirk thing, she's just pissed that Erica took her place. She was in love with Charlie, there's no question. She was in love with him, and he met Erica. She met her husband before, married him out of it was strategic. Like, she saw he's wealthy, very, very wealthy. I mean, he's from the House of Lords in the UK. That's crazy. That's like family wealth. She saw opportunity. She could be set for life, connections. Now she's dressed all proper. You know, her hair is drop dead gorgeous. She's beautiful. I'm not going to take that away from her. But she was probably in love with Charlie, thought that they were the it couple. Erica comes in, swoops him away. What's it called? Turning Point was her baby. She started it, and it's Erica's. And she's pretty bitter about all that. So that's why she's making up all this garbage. She's an opportunist. She uses people and gets rid of them when she doesn't need them anymore. She's been doing that from her start. She actually started as a liberal. She was a liberal. She didn't believe in God. That's why her God crap is very awkward. She needs to learn a lot. She needs to pick that Bible up and take a month off and do some studying with some really good, what do they believe in? Priests or something? I don't know. But she started off, she came out with this, what's it called? She came out with this website, basically to dox people on the right and cancel them. And her own side got pissed at her and people started doxing her. And then there was this guy, I forgot his name, but he's a right winger. I forgot his name. Chankovic? Wait, I think no. What's his name? I'll get his name. But he called her up and he was on the right. She was on the left. And he basically told her, oh, don't pay attention. It'll be okay. And he kind of was helping her out throughout that time. And all of a sudden, she's on the Dave Rubin show and she's like, I switched from left to right overnight. Ooh, yeah, okay. She saw an opportunity. Left is no good. Let me switch to the right. Now I'm on the right, everybody. I'm a conservative. So funny. So he showed her the ropes. He showed her everything. Second she was done with him, bye-bye. He even made a comment, a offhanded comment. After something along the lines of you use you use people and then when you don't need them, it's like they don't exist. Yeah, he was referring to Candace. Then she goes to PragerU, and then she goes to what it's called, the Ben Shapiro Daily Wire, and then Charlie Kirk, and who does she stay friends with? None of them. She burns bridges with every single one. Because the second she doesn't need them anymore, she just drops them. See ya, next. She goes with the flow. Whatever's gonna skyrocket her numbers and give her all the controversy, she goes with it. And I get it, but just don't fucking lie about it. Don't act all self-righteous. All Miss Stepford wife, popping out babies, oh, Christ is king. She is fake as fuck. Please. Please. She is totally fake. She went from having this angelic, persona, demeanor to like this evil. I just can't even hear her voice. She sucks. She really does. And it hurts because I used to really love her. I could not miss a show. I would just like look forward to her, how she used to savage people with facts. And it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. She doesn't believe anything she says. Nothing. She doesn't believe anything. Tucker, same shit. Same liar. Oh, I only found out that my dad was CIA after he died this past March. What? There's like video after video after video. Sean Ryan, he interviewed him a year ago. He's on that talking about his father being the CIA. And then he was on Joe Rogan like almost 2 years ago, and he was on that talking about his father being the CIA. He's such a fucking liar. I can't. He even admits, I'm a liar, I have to lie sometimes, if I have to. He didn't know why he got fired from Fox, right? He knew exactly why he got fired from Fox. Because he was a liability. That's why. They fired him because he lied. Because he knew that the Dominion voting machines, that whole story was fake. He admitted it was fake behind the scenes at the staff, but he told the story anyway on his show. And then Dominion sued, and he just became a liability because he lied. He's a liar. He's a liar. And little by little, more is coming out. And he's going to go down the tubes also. I used to love him too. Didn't miss a podcast. Didn't miss anything, any events. And unfortunately, Qatar got to him. They're not directly paying him, but the company that Qatar hired, Lehman 8, hired Tucker Carlson to interview the leader of Iran. Right? You can look that up. I think it's like FARA, FARA.gov. It's like paperwork that has to be filed. From like any time it's like from a foreign nation, and it's in there. Oh, you know what? I think I may have it. Wanna see? Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can get it here. I'll get it for you. Sorry about that. There we go. Woohoo. Oh, you guys. Where'd you guys go? Sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. Let's open that. Wait, what happened to... Okay, what's happening here? Okay, there you are. I'm just trying to find it. Just had it. All right, whatever. I'll show it to you next time. Anyway. I don't know why it's not letting me click here. Weird. I'll show you next time. I'll have it prepared. I just did it on a whim now, but whatever, it's not showing up. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Again, I'm going to start doing lives next week. Hopefully you'll join me. I really hope you do. If there's any topic you want me to research, if there's any topic you want me to talk about, I would love to hear from you. You can also email me at unmaskingthespin@gmail.com, unmaskingthespin@gmail.com. I will, I do read emails. I try to not get into the comments too much because I get too, if I start, I get too into them and then just whatever. Sometimes people are in there and I don't, some of them are like just nut jobs wanting to troll, and I just don't want to get into that whole headspace. So if you send me an email, I'll definitely read it and respond. And again, if you want me to talk about something in specific, please let me know. I would love to know. I would love to know your thoughts also. If there's anything I should improve. I'm so new at this. I suck at all this like video stuff, the lighting. Oh, I'm terrible. So I'm learning. So if there's anything that you want to give me advice, please let me know. Anyway, thanks so much. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Good night.